This is the first time Just Banter has ever came out on the dot the next week.
We shall see if you do it tonight.
Edited in time. I don't think there's never been a time where either we scheduled it properly, where we filmed properly or recorded, properly, and then because there's been times definitely where we've recorded it and then when we record it, I don't edit it.
Yeah.
And I think this is the time because I'm gonna post this in like 4 hours from now.
Yeah. Damn,
you almost.
No, I didn't. I was just messing with you.
But we're here, Just Banter. We're here to stay. We're here to be consistent. Tiffany is stay gonna fucking be wearing sunglasses. You will never know what color those blue eyes are. No, I mean, I'm just stoked to be here. Honestly, thank you for coming back, Tiff. Like, we are here.
Yeah.
I begged a little bit now this time around. Before, when we were like falling off, Tiffany's like, let's do it. I'm like, Tiff, I'm so busy. I really can't. So there's been times wishy-washy.
Back and forth.
Exactly. So here we are, just bantering about things that you probably already heard of and don't care about. You know, I was thinking about this the other day, and I kind of want to start off the show like this. In the moment grateful, because you think about, like I always think about all the time. I always think about Andy from The Office when he says, "I wish, like you wish you know you're in the good old days when you're in them." So now I'm very present in my life, like almost too present at times, but like I'm trying to be very present. Like, you know, if we're very consistent, we do this all the time. Like, this is our grind days, right? So I'm very present, and like these are our good old days. Right now, we're doing it. Yeah. We're gonna miss the times where it's so like simple and easy. Like, it was a random fucking Sunday that we came together and we recorded this stupid podcast.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like there are, and like ironically, today I was like, we gotta get through this. I got stuff to do after, and I'm like trying to rush through it. But you're right.
It's always there's always gonna be something, you know, and it's the moments that you could like slow down a little bit. And I know for sure I have to do this. Like, I have to slow down. I move too fast. I keep going, you know. There's a podcast that's coming out next week with Elizabeth. And it's, you know, I'm never home. I move 1,000,000 miles a minute. I'm never home. I'm always doing something. I always have plans. All this stuff. Yeah. Okay, we're laughing because we just filmed that podcast.
I'm laughing because your voice kind of cracked.
Oh, that's funny. my boss Roland, just his voice cracked. Somebody was filming, so he like stopped and he like laughed like and then he like started over.
So funny, my headphone came off.
I want to also, and the show started. I don't want to say start off the show. I already fucking said some shit to start off the show.
Good together.
I want to say congratulations, girls. There's a new thing. Male birth control is becoming a thing. A male pill that they're developing just passed through mice studies. That's now moving on to human trials.
Men's balls in the future.
It's actually pretty crazy. Elizabeth's here in the background, so we're gonna keep looking off to her. But so there's have you heard of this, Steph?
No.
There's male birth control.
But
right?
I'm about to.
Okay, male birth control. They found it on a whim in a mice study. This like random doctorate student in a lab was running a test on some mice with some type of drug that was something about like eyesight. That was doing some type of something with the eyesight. I'm not smart enough. I don't get the right verbiage. But she was scared of mice. So since she was scared of mice, she asked another student, "Hey, can you grab the mice for me for the study?" And she was like, "Yes, as long as I could test them for something else, because I know the drug that you're going to be doing on them does something to the male fertility, whatever." And then what they found was there's an enzyme in the male rat or male mouse that's similar to male humans, where there's an enzyme that gives male sperm the ability for their tail to like go, so they're able to swim and like go find an egg. And this drug fucks with that enzyme and takes their ability to move away. So
like paralyzes
sperm. Oh. So once it goes in that vagine, it does no more. So it don't swim up tubes.
So what do they like? Are they shooting blanks or are they
no
shooting?
It doesn't do that. It doesn't affect it doesn't make you shoot blanks. It doesn't mess with your sperm count. All it does is just immobilize the sperm that you do produce and you send off. And what's crazy, and like the reason I think, okay, guys are fucking shitty. Guys at the end of the day are gonna shoot down any type of birth control because they want women to do it.
Yeah.
They take it for granted. Women go through bodily changes, wreck their freaking. Well, sometimes birth control helps with periods. I don't know much about it. I don't want to speak too much on it, but
it inevitably changes it. Though,
it changes everything.
For the better or worse.
It changes everything. Girls do all this. It's just
gain
to
weight, have
to not have their period or to not
so
not to affect it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to misspeak, but. Yeah, to not have a kid, and then guys take it for granted because generally they're pieces of shit and just want to bang.
Yeah.
And then, anytime there's like a pill where a guy has to take it and it might fuck with his shit or make him fat, he ain't gonna take it. But what's perfect is that this is like a take as needed. It's a take as needed, which I think will make it.
Don't want his kids.
It's okay. So it's a take as needed. So in male mice, it became effective within 15 minutes when they took the drug, and then within 2.5 hours, it was 100% effective where they weren't getting pregnant, and in 3.5 hours, it was 91% effective.
Damn.
Imagine just like we're about to bang. Take this fucking pill. Let's reconvene 20 minutes. Fuck the dog shit out of someone. They're not pregnant.
Okay.
And they ain't got to be on the birth control. Well, I mean, it helps if they're also on birth control, but I think it's a fucking win because guys need to fucking share the load. Pun intended. I just think I think guys really need to fucking step up and have a part of it. And if there's a male birth control, they should do it. Which I've always been open. Like side note, I've always been open to a vasectomy so that if I'm dating a girl, she doesn't have to be on birth control. I did learn. I was talking to someone today, and they were telling me that I don't know if a new study or whatever. I didn't source it. I haven't looked it up, but he was saying that when you get a vasectomy, the reverse is the reverse is less good as they thought it was. Like the percentage of reproduction is even less than they thought it was on the reverse. So it's not as good. But I mean, I'm still open.
No way.
I don't know. I'm spitting facts out. I've never.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
Back forth. Do you have any idea what 3 vasectomies?
Having a person, the physical toll it has on a person. Yeah, no, that'd be crazy, man. But yeah, I mean, yeah, dope. Like a fucking pill for a man. That's cool. But I don't know why in my head I'm like, they're just gonna fucking cry about it. Like,
guys are gonna cry about it regardless.
Like,
but I think
so
I think for getting the FDA to approve this one, it'll be easier than the type of pill it's like a daily pill.
It'd be easier than
I think it's easier.
Or pro-choice, I mean.
I think it's a step in the right direction. I think it'd be easier for piece of shit men to digest than an everyday or like a sperm count reducer. They say is a temporary reducer or something.
Yeah.
Because men are pieces of shit, and especially the men in power now.
Yeah, but what's worse? I don't know, dude. I can't tell you. A man that chooses to take it or a man that doesn't choose to take it. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? What's worse?
Well, it's like not in like a sense. It wouldn't be bad if like a man took it, right? But like, I don't know. It just feels. I don't know. It just doesn't feel. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I guess I really don't understand.
I don't know how to say it. I don't know. I think men just give me the ick, like in general, for like how you're saying it. Like even guys are like so shitty.
Yeah, but what
so
I mean.
feel like,
so it's like. I'm not trying to like question you too hard. I'm like genuinely curious.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, I also want to kind of ask you questions like to maybe come to the source of it.
Yeah.
So does it bother you or give you the ick if a man is willing to take some type of pill so that you don't have to be on birth control.
No, and it's not. I think that'd be fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think in my head. But the feeling I have is like, ew.
That's super interesting, honestly.
Because I don't know. But okay, so hold on though. Like, I understand where the guy is like coming from with the girl having to take birth control. But if they're able to take it, fuck yeah, more the merrier. If that's what you want, you were just saying, I should take it. Why don't you take it now?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I just feel like the response from men is icky or would be icky in my head. Does that make sense? Like,
are you thinking like a guy's going to take it and be like, be proud of me, I'm taking it for you?
Yeah, or something. Like, it,
okay.
you know, it's just
okay,
like,
okay, I get that.
I just feel like now changing the direction, now changing the person who has to do it, I feel like it's gonna be, I don't know, it's just more annoying because it's like, okay, well, all I have to do is take this pill. Look at how easy that was, you know? I don't know. Maybe I've just been manipulated my whole life to where I could see a man like
that's
fucking
possible,
and
I think maybe you might work through that in therapy. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just trying to be funny. That was really kind of messed
funny.
up.
No, it was funny.
I see where you're coming from, Tiff, because on some level, they are taking the power somehow.
In a weird way, they are.
They really are. They're like,
really are.
Now I'm the one preventing it. Fuck you.
Is that like?
I get it. And like somehow in my like naive brain, I'm like the guy that's like, I'm doing this for you.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Yeah, but it's like, it's for us first of all.
Yeah.
It's both of us.
That's a very good verbiage to use. That's a very good way to say it. Yes, it is for both of you. It's manipulative for the man to say, I'm doing this for you.
Yeah.
For them to like give me praise.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Yeah.
That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for saying that. Like, that makes more sense now.
Just took a minute to get there.
But like I obviously it like there's exceptions to the rule, and I do see there's gonna be people that like a guy generally like, yeah, I'll fucking take it. I was talking to like a guy today we were talking, the same guy was talking about vasectomies.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking like, yeah, I'll be a fucking dummy for this. I'll go to the trials. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll try it. It's like, you know, you're with like, as a guy, you're with girls and they have to deal with all the negatives of birth control.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck yeah, I would try it for them.
Yeah.
You know how much shit they've had to deal with, how much like stuff they've told me that they have to deal with. I'll for sure stand in line to go do something so they don't have to fucking do it, or just so I could just somehow level the playing field, but not in a like, I want you to tell me that I did as good as you or anything like that, but just like I feel like I owe them on some level, and I could do this. I could go on the trial thing and do this birth control for Marissa and her not say a fucking word about it. Don't ever tell me, like, you know, I'm glad you did it. You know, thank you for doing it so I don't have to do it. Don't tell me a fucking word. I'm doing it because you're on birth control. You never complained about it. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's my duty as a boyfriend to try to do what I can to be better for her.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not even just with that whole thing. It's just being comfortable, you know.
Yeah, and to practice safe sex without having to worry about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, fundamentally, that's what it comes down to. It's finding that balance of who's gonna take what role and who's gonna take what weight, so that we can have safe sex and not fucking think twice about it afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, I really, okay, I'm gonna preface this next part. When I first went on a date with Marissa, our first date, we were talking about the goods and bads of ourselves. Our first date was super inquisitive. Like, it was a super long date. It was almost like a job interview where we really dove deep into like really big, heavy topics just to like see if we're wasting each other's time or not. And I really liked it. It was what I needed. It's what I required as a person to happen on a first date. She was down for it. It worked out really well. And I remember a part of the conversation, I was trying to think of like red flags in myself. And I remember one that I know I don't see as a red flag, but I know can be seen as a red flag as other people. And I wanted to bring it up because I wanted to see your take on it. It sounds so stupid. But I told her, I was like, you might see this as a red flag. I'm not saying like you might see this as a red flag, but like you might, because I don't know where you come from, and I know social perception is weird on this. I was like, but I regularly listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, like regularly, like almost every day. And I know to some people that's a red flag, and I kind of wanted your opinion on like if you were dating someone and they said they listen to Joe Rogan every day. I want to know what you think about that. Like genuinely, just right at the top of your head, the little grin you had. I want to know what you actually think.
I think it'd be fine if they watch him every day. I don't really see it as a red flag. I think that what I actually think is that I think Joe's a cool guy, and he might be that type of person to be kind of, comical and, chill and, just like a really cool guy. And I feel like some guys might find that like admirable. And I don't know how I would feel about being with somebody who was like, Joe Rogan's the man. Like that was his idol. I don't know about that. Even though he is cool, but I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like a certain type of vibe that I feel like would follow.
And I will be honest, I did ask you this question because I feel like I have a response. And I feel like I have a statement about Joe Rogan that I want to say, but I wanted to open it up and bring it up in a way that seemed more natural. But I'm like, me explaining this makes it less natural. But I do want to say, I feel that Joe Rogan, like as a society, a lot of left-leaning people don't see it as a good thing. And they see him as very right-wing, as very toxic, all these things. I also agree with you. I don't really like the people, and I probably Joe Rogan doesn't like the people that are like, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
The people that get like the tattoos of Joe Rogan on them and all that stuff.
That's too much.
It's more so I love the platform that Joe Rogan has built for himself. Mm-hmm. He's super open and honest. Open when he doesn't like know things. He's super curious, and he brings on like leaders in their profession, like people like scientists and doctors and all these things that are the height of their profession, and gives them a voice when like Twitter or whatever was deplatformed him when it was like super controversy because of like COVID and all that stuff. I think he just gives a lot of people like a lot of information they didn't have access to before if you don't want to watch like the regular news and stuff like that. And he's way more liberal than a lot of people know. Yeah. The only thing not liberal about him is that he likes guns and likes to hunt. Other than that, he's very liberal. He's pro-life. He's pro like universal for everyone. Universal healthcare, sorry. He's he's very liberal on every other aspect. He's pro, like everything he does is based in science and reason. And nobody like listens to the actual podcast. They generally just hear snippets that people find randomly in his thing that don't make any fucking sense. That have like with no basis of the context of the conversation.
He's pro-life.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't he be pro-choice?
Oh, sorry, pro-choice.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, because I was like waiting, and I kept seeing Pooh's eyebrows go up.
No, he's pro-choice. I was
like, I'll say it after.
That's my B, y'all. Sorry, Joe. Damn, bro, I almost got hated by the whole Joe Rogan community, bro. They would have got canceled before we started.
Straight, okay?
Yeah. I don't want to dig too deep in that. I just kind of want to talk about that. But it turned into more of a rant than anything.
Yeah, but interesting, nevertheless.
No, yeah, but that's what's frustrating, because I feel like I love his podcast, and I learned so much from his podcast. I learned so much about how to be a man, how to be respectful, how to like be disciplined, all these things of like being a better you. And then I learned fuck the episodes with celebrities. I skip episodes. Any podcast, if you have a fucking celebrity, I'm gonna skip it. At the beginning of podcasts, I listened to only celebrity episodes because I was like, they got Ashton Kutcher on there, I'm gonna listen to it. And now I'm like, nah, that's not for me. But if you have a scientist that's the head of their field, I don't give a fuck what it's about. I listened to a fucking 3-hour podcast the other day about this guy that's like the top of the line of scientists about bats. And it was so good. Dude, I know so much about bats right now, bro. Did you know the biggest bat has a 6-foot wingspan? They call it a flying fox.
Oh my god.
Maney. hella maney, dude.
That's a big bat.
Yeah, and the guy, he's a bat conservationist.
Remember when I thought bats weren't real?
Yeah, Tiffany thought bats weren't real. She thought they were made up like unicorns and
until I got
vampires.
attacked by one
You
day.
weren't attacked by one. All right, it flew low when we were playing tennis.
At me.
In the tennis court. But she thought they were fake. And what's crazy, what I thought it's so interesting. I don't know, I'm still processing it because it's very, I don't know, it's just interesting. It's the only word I can think of. He is a bat conservationist because he sees the need of bats in the world, but he doesn't fucking love bats. He ate a bat. He's not like, save the fucking bats. I want them. Don't kill them. Don't kill them. He's like, no, I see the need for them in the world and how no one's doing anything about it, and they need to be here in our ecosystem.
Do they actually?
Yeah, and no, they're 100% needed. They're very much needed. Don't ask me how I forgot that part. But somehow he explained it too. They eat skeeters and shit. I don't know, dude. I don't remember. But they're needed. And he explained he's just, they're needed. No one's giving him a voice. No one's doing all that stuff. And he's this old ass dude. He's taking photos of the machine. He's a photographer. The photos are fire, by the way. He's taking really cool photos. But I thought that was super cool. You devote your life to this thing because you see how humanity needs it. And you're not even that, you're not the type, he's very a pragmatic, old dude that's very sensible. He's not save every bat. It's more so we need to save bats in general.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. And I don't want to go too much into it because this is a whole side thing. He fucking, he was saying, he went down multiple times in his life. He's been all crazy parts of the world. And there was a place where they're hunting flying foxes, which are the big bats. And there were poachers. And they flew down there. They were going to start this whole process. They had a team, an organization that was backing them, where they were going to try to stop the poachers of flying bats in that area, flying foxes. Sorry. And he just went off from the group, found the poachers, and just started talking like they're human beings. It was how's it going? What's going on? What you guys up to? And then started talking to him. He even got invited to a hunt with them one night. Just started talking to those people. And he's like, so what happens if you guys hunt them all? He was like that night, I guess they got 5 to 10. I can't remember. 5 to 10. And they're yeah, 2 years ago we would do, 40 or 50 a night.
Oh my God.
And he was like, that sounds crazy. What happens when you get one a night or none? And they're like, yeah, I don't know. I never thought about that, I guess. He's like, oh, okay. And then he made friends with them to the point where he got them to come in and help make laws and put forth laws on hunting flying foxes and putting regulations on it, to the point where there's not even any poachers or hunters for flying foxes in the area anymore. Just because he took that approach. He almost lost the funding and everything just by talking to them. The sidetrack. Sorry. I thought that was super interesting.
That is interesting.
What do you know about Ohio recently?
Ohio, I know I heard something, circling about all the alien sighting, or not the alien, sorry, the UFO sightings.
It's not the UFO part. You don't have any idea what's going on in Ohio, which is super interesting.
Is it really interesting, or is it makes sense?
The biggest natural disaster in U.S. history.
Oh, the train
is happening right now.
The train?
Yes.
I know about the train.
The biggest U.S. national disaster is happening right now. Mm-hmm. Right now, in our lifetime. Right now.
You heard about this? So there was a I didn't know that either.
I knew about
there was a train that crashed in Ohio and released chemicals into the air, and the people evacuated, but they let them come back 2 days later. And it got way worse than that. And now isn't it acid rain? Okay.
So this train derailed near East Palestine in Ohio. I want to address that the internet's going kind of crazy, saying that there is some type of conspiracy of the government covering up because they're not talking about it that much. I want to say, like, on the air, like, just out and
We're
about.
live, everybody.
And just so you guys know, this happened during Super Bowl weekend. So fucking obviously it's not going to be everywhere. That's already a given.
Shame. Yeah.
That's a given. And then since then, the only cover up for the most part has been the railway. I forget the name of it. The railway the railroad company that owned the train, downplayed it, which is you would expect because it's a natural disaster. Mm-hmm. They downplayed it and said it wasn't as bad as it actually is. I want to say, okay, so one of the main chemicals that they fucking accidentally dumped out was vinyl chloride, which just so happens to be in the top worst list of cancer causing chemicals. It's in the top list. There was in New Jersey a huge natural disaster where I think it was another train derailed. And you know when you see those trains and they have the big, looks like they have like a gas holding container as one of the train cars.
Yeah, it looks like a tube.
Exactly, looks like a tube. It was like one of those, 23,000 gallons.
Damn.
Poured out in New Jersey. Huge disaster, hella fallout. I think like 83 locals or something like that. They never fully said what happened to them, but they went to the hospital with like apparently severe reactions to it.
Damn.
Wasn't good, right? Numerous money fallout, all that stuff. All right. And I know I'm not, my verbiage ain't great, but here's the thing. That was 23,000. This had 150,000 of that chemical that fell out. Plus
the win.
Plus other chemicals. That's just the main one. I don't even know the other names of the other ones. But other ones are bad too. This one's the main bad one. And it's up to 150,000, right? Now, from that, what they decided to do to clean up the fallout, right? Clean up the disaster, is they decided to do a controlled burn.
Oh, yeah.
Which they lit it all on fire, created huge mushroom clouds of black smoke go in the atmosphere. You could see all over Ohio a huge black circle, like from space, of them burning it. And now, instead of like drinking the water or going to where it's at, just go outside and breathe. Your inhalation is still going to cause cancer everywhere. And then people not only talking in the news, but also shown on TikTok and Instagram, all this stuff. They're showing dead wildlife everywhere, just like dead fish flowing down the fucking river. I watched a TikTok my boss sent to me. A girl throw a rock in a creek. She threw a rock and all of a sudden, like, rainbow came up as if it was like oil spill on your driveway when it rains. And you see that rainbow shit? That was just all over the creek. It's one of the absolute...
Creek.
Thank you. I was like, the fuck is a crick?
Fuck y'all. But anyways, yeah. It's
That
horrible.
is insane.
And there really isn't enough coverage on the news because this is insane. Mm-hmm. Like, it's been...
Why would there be?
I mean, true. Which brings me on to my next point, which you'll like way more.
I was weary.
The UFOs.
They're
This
getting
some
crazy.
good, bro. This some
yeah, they're
good.
getting crazy.
All right.
getting
I'm
bold.
gonna go off some of my very like specific notes because I don't want to mess this up. I want to say specifics to you. All right. Chinese spy balloon. You heard of that, right?
Yes.
February 4th. Chinese spy balloon. Dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Came like by bullshit. I think it's completely bullshit. Stupid. Why would Chinese send a spy balloon over to us? Do you know? Because I don't. It's stupid.
Does anybody know?
It looked like a goddamn solar panel being held on by a fucking helium balloon from the Mexican spot down the street. Dumb as hell. There's no point for it. I don't think there's any point. But February 10th. This round cylindrical ball flying through the fucking sky. over Canada. There's TikToks about it. Craziest shit. Craziest videos I've ever seen. Have you seen these? Dude, like people just going up and they just follow it. And it's a fucking ball, like a metal looking ball that just flies across the sky. And all of a sudden they go back. There's fighter planes flying after it. There's no covering that up. There's no source of propulsion. Like where there's no trail of anything. It's just a fucking ball flying. Don't tell me it's a weather balloon or some spy balloon. It's propelling. It's going fast. It's not being carried by the air. And fighter planes are going fast after it. And that first one shot down. It was flying over Alaska. Shot down over the north coast of Alaska in the water where they say they can't recover the remains.
Find it.
Yeah, no fucking shit they can't. It's very convenient.
Yeah.
All right? Now, that's February 10th. February 11th. Another one. Flying over Canada. Gets shot down. Conveniently, it doesn't have alien origin. No other further details can be given. That's it. Nothing else said. Same fucking thing. Shot down, but this time over land. No further things can be shared. February 12th. Oh, no. Sorry. February 11th, that was shot down. Same day, another object was detected on radar. It was a radar anomaly. They had I think it resembled the same as the other ones, but no object was found. But it was another anomaly. February 12th, another object. It's flying by within 3 fucking days. And this one was shot over the Great Lakes into the water. Real fucking convenient.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that one too.
What do you think?
I think the world's coming to an end and none of this matters. No, I'm just kidding. I think they're coming to figure it out. You know, they're done hiding.
Because
they've been here for a while.
I know we talked about Joe Rogan. I kind of agree with him. He made a really good point, and he said, if there's alien life out there, and they're so advanced that they created technology that can, and they're a multi-planetary civilization where they can live on multiple planets, all this stuff, and they could visit multiple planets. Because I'm not fully convinced that we're not placed here by aliens as like an experiment. We could be a petri dish. I don't know. But he was saying, he's like, these things visiting us, you know, because there's a lot of proof lately. He's like, why wouldn't they be unmanned drones? If they're so advanced, he's like, why the fuck would they be in it?
Yeah.
Why didn't they just like control it, tell it to go, get information, get data, come back? Or just relay it, and they don't care if it comes back or not.
Like the things from Black Panther. When that guy is doing that, like, it's basically like a VR, but he's in the
unmanned drone
thing.
Unmanned drone.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Why wouldn't they do that?
They probably would.
I mean, I hate to navigate gears quickly, but talk about Marvel. Ant-Man just came out. The new Ant-Man is the second lowest rated Marvel movie out of all of them. MCU movie.
Really?
Which I thought was interesting. Some of the comments said it's the best out of the Ant-Mans. I don't know. They don't know why it's rated so low. But I was kind of curious. I only want to bring that up because I was curious of what you thought about the first two.
The first one is good. I watched it again recently. It was really good. But then the second one, Ant-Man and the Wasp, I don't remember the full movie. I think I might have fell asleep to it, but we're about to watch it again, so I'll have a better idea.
I saw a comment.
I don't remember.
I saw a comment, like someone was talking about them, and I hate to let someone speak for me, but then their words, as soon as they said it, I was like, there it is. I like that. The first one, which I love the first Ant-Man. Super good. Love Paul Rudd. but they were like it relied too heavy on the comedy aspect and not as much on the origin story aspect, which I kind of felt. Which still a great movie. Michael Pena fucking kills it in that movie. The second one, I agree more with the comment because they said the second one was literally just filler and character development to get from I think it was said Endgame to Infinity War to Endgame, which I agree with. Because what happens in it kind of is a segue, it kind of helps. And obviously after the post credits shows, I don't know if you remember the post credits. So post credits, Paul Rudd goes into the quantum realm, and then all of a sudden, what's her name? Joy. Yeah, she disappears.
Yep.
Yeah. Which, by the way, dude, the other morning, I woke up like 7 a.m. and I had nothing to do that day. And I just was like, put on Disney Plus. And I was like, I'm just going to watch something. And I've been like watching clips on TikTok of those movies. And I was like, fuck it. And I put Infinity War on. And I watched all of Infinity War. Got up to take a piss at one point. And then like, I just press play on Endgame. Dude, I watched like fucking 5 or 6 hours of just that. And my morning was amazing.
Yeah.
I cried like 5 times.
Yeah.
Dude, like I don't cry at movies. No, I'm not even kidding. Like I cried.
Oh.
Like I put my head in my pillow and I was like like cried, bro. Like
yeah.
And it wasn't even like there was moments where I firmly believe if you love a movie or series or anything, watch it at different points in your life. You're going through something, you're experiencing like the worst thing in your life, the best thing in your life, love, loss, all these things. You should watch different things that you like a lot because you're going to take those in different ways. The same thing with reading like books that you like. And I firmly believe, like I do the same thing with How I Met Your Mother. I watch it at different points, and there's different characters that I like
cling to.
Like if I feel like I want to be in love and all this stuff, I think of Ted Mosby. If I'm in a relationship and I'm lovey-dovey, I think of Marshall and Lily. I think I associate with them.
Yeah.
If I'm like, fuck relationships, bruh, be a little hoe, I think of
Robin.
or Barney.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I watch it at in the different parts of my life. I've watched that show and I've been able to associate with different characters, which I feel like is watching the show in a new light. The same way I felt like with watching these Marvel movies. And fuck, dude, I cried, and I think I needed to cry, honestly. maybe I just like watched them because I knew that deep
it
down.
would get you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, probably release some of it. That makes sense.
I don't know, dude. I be in the room now, in my room, and I watch movies, and like I wouldn't say I cry all the time, but sometimes it's like it's not a full cry, but it's like a, but it's like almost a cry. Like I'll do that, and my ears will like water up, but it's like I'm not crying. I'm like,
Johnnie, you were having a stroke.
Yeah, probably, bro.
You said your ears will tear up.
Did I say my ears tear up? I'm for sure having a stroke. Yeah, but yeah, that happens to me.
No.
Do you ever do that where you feel really emotional and very connected, and then you just like you don't fully cry, but you definitely like your eyes water a little bit, and you like give into it a little bit?
I try to make myself cry in the
Maybe
moment.
that's what I'm doing. Is trying to make myself cry.
I'll be in moments of like me having a very strong emotion, wishing I can cry to get that emotion out, but I can't. So me going, ooh, whatever that pushes, it's for that.
You guys, that is Just Banter, and we are here week 2 in a row. Next Monday, already filmed. As long as my lazy ass edits it, it's going to come out. All right? And then that's it, dude.
It's been real, and I'm quite excited for what's to come.
Yeah, seriously. If you guys, anybody wants to be on this podcast, please reach out in our DMs or
we'll
on our
entertain whatever.
Yeah, seriously. Like I don't care if we don't know you at all. You could for sure come rock the microphone with us. Our email is in our bio, as well as just DM us on whatever social media you're seeing us on. I don't want to say I love you guys because I don't like that word too much, but we like you guys, and Tiffany loves you. That's good enough.